This is MPC, Mindanaoan Broadcasting Channel. This is MPC, Mindanaoan Broadcasting Channel.
Sa tuyo nga makapadayon ang kahibalo sa ato mga kaigsuunan, makalikay sa coronavirus nga karon gikahadlukan sa tibuok kalibutan, namugna kining pinasahi nga klase alang sa mga out-of-school youth o mga batan-on nga nakaundang silang pag-eskwela. Kini ang ALS TV Eskwela. ALS TV Eskwela. Magapadayon sa pagkat-on ang mga out-of-school youth o mga kabatan-unan nga naundang og eskwela sa elementary ug high school sa Sinacaban, Misamis Occidental, aron sila makatapos pinaagi sa pagtan-aw sa telebisyon. ALS TV Eskwela nahulma pinaagi sa pagtinabangay tali sa lokal nga kagamhanan sa Sinacaban, ALS Sinacaban District ug ang Mindanaoan Broadcasting Channel MBC. Haom sa panglangtaw, kaugmaon ko ang kaugmaon mo. ALS TV Eskwela. ALS TV Eskwela ug karon ani ana ang inyong mga alagad Agnes Pardillo Clapano uban kang Juniver Iduave.
Naka-enroll na ba ang tanan? Tara na! Magsugod na ang klase sa Setyembre 13.
Setyembre 13 na ang pag-abre. Excited na ba mo sa inyong klase? Alin na, tara na, eskwela na. Walay makababang padayong pagkaon, edukasyon, palambuon, magpadayon. Daghan pa maagi aron makakatbo. Ipangandaman ang inyong kaugmaon. Alin na, tala na, eskwela na. Walay makababa.
Aduna kita'y lain-lain nga pamaagi sa pagkat-on. Una, ang modular distance learning gamit ang mga modules.
O sa mga panimalay nga na ay internet connection, aduna sab kitay online learning.
Mamahimo sab ang blended learning pinaagi sa atong radio-based instruction o video lessons.
Alang sa atong mga out of school youths and adults nga moskwela sa alternative learning system, aduna kitay kompleto nga learning activity sheets complemented sa atong radio-based instruction.
Aduna usab kitay laing-laing pamaagi para sa pagsukod sa nakatunan, sama sa paggamit sa learning activity sheet ug ang keywords.
Alina! Eskwela!
Ang mga maestro, maestra ug mga eskwelahan sa Misamis Occidental andam na. Sa September 13, eskwela na ta!
Edukasyon para mo mapadayon.
Piece of Division, andam na!
Hello everyone, this is Teacher Agnes Pardillo Clapano of Sinacaban ALS, and for today's topic let us learn Learning Strand 3 of ALS Mathematical and Problem Solving. Episode number 7, titled The Principle of PMDAS and GMDAS. School Learning Level, Advanced Elementary. The objective of this topic is that learner will understand the importance of PMDAS and GMDAS rule in order to understand the order of operations in mathematics. For without this guideline given, the accurate of the objective nature of mathematical circulation could not exist. The order of operation in mathematics was developed by mathematicians during 16th century for us to analyze properly different numerical expressions.
Learners, are you ready?
But before we will start, let us review first the 4 basic mathematical operations. The 4 basic mathematical operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. In numerical expressions, numbers are grouped to define the relationship needed in determining their final values, and numerical expressions are combinations of numbers, integers, and operators. That's why we should understand the PMDAS and GMDAS. What is PMDAS stands for? P stands for parentheses, M multiplication, D division, A addition, and S for subtraction, while GMDAS stands for G grouping, M multiplication, D division, A addition, and S for subtraction. Beside the parentheses that we use, we also have brackets and braces. Here are the rules or order of operations under PMDAS. P parentheses first and grouping symbol. Perform the operation within each pair of grouping symbol within the innermost moving outward. M and D perform multiplication and division as they occur from left to right. Divide and multiply ranked equally. A and S perform addition and subtraction as they appear from the left to right and add the subtraction rank equally. Here is our first example. 124 divided by 2 minus the quantity of 8 plus 4 times 2 in the power of 2 plus 7. Now our solution, do operation in parentheses. So unahin natin ang numero na nasa parentheses. So 8 plus 4 equals 12. Next, find the value of power of 2. So 2 to the power of 2 equals 4. What will you do next? You just bring down the numbers na hindi mo na solve. Next, divide 124 divided by 2 equals 62. Next, you are going to bring down again the number na hindi mo na-solve. Next, multiply the 12 times 4 equals 48. So, 62 minus 48 plus 7. Next, subtract 62 minus 48 equals 14. 14, bring down 7. So, 14 plus 7, the exact answer is equals 21. So, 124 divided by 2 minus the quantity of 8 plus 4 times 2 in the power of 2 plus 7 equals 21. Another example. our next example, 12 divided by the quantity of 4 times 3 plus 7 minus 6. What are we going to do? Solve the number first inside the parentheses. So 4 times 3 equals 12. Next, you have to bring down all the numbers na hindi mo pa na-solve. So 12 divided by 12 plus 7 minus 6. Now you are going to divide 12 to number 12. 12 divided by 12 equals 1 plus 7 minus 6. So 1 plus 7 equals 8 minus 6 equals 2. So the answer from 12 divided by the quantity of 4 times 3 plus 7 minus 6 equals 2. For our third example, 2 times 1 plus 4 times the quantity of 2 plus 1 plus 13. So the rule is we have to solve first the numbers inside the parentheses. So 2 plus 1 equals 3. Then, bring down all the numbers na hindi mo pa na-solve. So 2 times 1 plus 4 times 3 plus 13. Now, next you have to multiply 4 times 3 equals 12. Bring down all the numbers. 2 times 1 plus 12 plus 13. Next, you are going to add 12 plus 13 equals 25. Bring down 1 and bring down 2. So 2 times 1 plus 25. You are going to add first 1 plus 25 equals 26. Since walang operation, it means multiplication. So 2 times 26 equals 52. So 52 is our final answer of 2 times 1 plus 4 in the quantity of 2 plus 1 plus 13. The order of operation in mathematics was developed by mathematicians during 16th century for us to analyze properly different numerical expressions. For your exercises, learners, get ready your learning activity sheets and answer exercises number 2. If you encounter some difficulties in answering this module, do not hesitate to call your teacher. Basta sa ALS TV Eskwela, kaugmaon mo, kaugmaon ko. This is Teacher Agnes Clapano saying, God bless and aim high, Sinacaban.
The last topic is reading and writing Roman numerals. Let's click it. So this is reading and writing Roman numerals. Before that, what are the Hindu-Arabics? These numbers are originated from the India. These are recently used recently used in maths today's. These are the numbers that we're usually using. The 1, the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So these are the Hindu-Arabic numbers. However, what is a Roman numerals? It is a number system which uses letters to express numbers. So this number system was developed by the Romans. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or the Hindu-Arabic numbers, we are using letters to express numbers. So what are these letters? The Romans used the letters I, V, X, L, C, D, and N. So these 7 letters are commonly used in the Romans time or in Roman numerals. So what are the equivalence value of each letters? So let's start with letter I. Letter I is equals to 1. Letter V is equals to 5. Letter X is equals to 10. L is equals to 50. C is equals to 100. D is equals to 500. M is equals to 1000. Therefore, these 7 letters with their values are 1 equals to 1, I equals to 1, V equals to 5, X equals to 10, L equals to 50, C equals to 100, D equals to 500, and M is equal to 1000. There are 3 rules in reading and writing the Roman numerals. So let's start with the rule number 1. If the larger value is written first followed by the smaller value, then add the values. For example, V and I. What is the equivalent value of V? It is 5. How about I? It is 1. So try to notice who comes first. Letter V. And letter V is a larger than I. So I is the smaller than V. The rule once stated that if the larger number is written first, followed by the smaller value, you have to combine both, or you have to combine the values. So the values V and I, therefore, so add both values. If V is equals to 5 plus 1 equals to I, therefore, V and I is equals to 6. So V and I is equivalent to 6. So another rule number 2. If the value is smaller, is written first by readers first followed by readers followed by that value. So let's change its followed. Sorry for the type error, mom. Followed. No. Followed. Okay, again. Rule number 2. If the smaller value is written first followed by the larger value, then do the opposite by the rule number 1. Instead of adding, subtract the smaller from the larger values. For example, I and X. I is equal to 1 and X equals to 10. Observe that the one which is the smaller is written first, followed by the larger value 10. So take note the rules. The rule says that if the smaller value is written first and followed by the second, if larger, then subtract the smaller from larger. What is smaller? 10. So therefore, subtract the values 1 minus 10. So if 1 minus 10 it shows negative, diba? And the difference is negative. The rule says they subtract the larger from the smaller from the larger for 10 minus 1. So you have to interchange these so that you may. So you subtract the larger x minus I 10 minus 1. Okay, let's adjust this one. So let's go back. So x minus 1 equals to 9. So subtract the smaller value to 1. So again, if the smaller value is written first and followed by a larger number, you have to subtract the larger value to the smaller number, and that's the equivalence of that numeral form. Okay, so 1x equals to 9. The last rule is the capital letter I, X, C, and M are the only letters that can be repeated no more than 3 times. So only I, X, C, and M can be repeated, but only 3 times. So, example, C, C, V, I. So what is the equivalence of these? So C can be repeated because it's in the rule. So C is just simply combined. So C is 100, V is 5, and I is 1. Just simply combine and look at this form. Try to look at if the first letter is bigger or larger. C and C, they are equivalent. Just simply add this. So C is larger than V, right? So just simply add this. V is larger than I, right? So just simply add everything. So C is 100, plus another 100 equals 200. So these are combined. So C 100 plus 100 plus V plus 1 plus another 1 plus 1. So 100 plus 100 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 208. So this is how. So first thing to do, you have to observe the numerical form from rule 1 to rule 3. Okay, so if the letters are written, if the larger is written first or the smaller, remember if the larger is written first and smaller, then you have to add. If smaller written than is written first followed by the larger, then you have to subtract it. Okay, so it is. So let's do this. V11. So V is equivalent to 5. 1 I is 1. So V is written first, which is larger than 1. So you have to simply add this. 5 plus 1 plus 1 equals to 7. Next is X1V. So you have to try to look at. X is larger than 1, just simply add it, x plus 1. But I is smaller than b. You just cannot add 1 plus b. So 1I is equals to 1, b is equals to 5. You cannot add this 1 plus 5 because 1 is written first, which is smaller than the larger value of b. You have to simply subtract first. 5 minus 1 equals to 4. Plus the higher value x is 14. Okay, 10 plus 1 is 11. But you cannot simply plus 5 is 16 because 1 is written first, which is smaller, followed by the larger b5. So you have to subtract it first, then add to the value x, which is 10. So 40. Next is LXX. So x can be repeated. So 50 plus 10 plus 10 equals to 70. Another one, MCDV. So M is equals to 1000 plus C. M is larger than C, so you can add that. But C is the
Addition, subtraction, multiplication,
first, then add to the next values or the following values. So C is smaller than D. So this is 100. This is 500. Just simply subtract 500 minus 100 is 400. Then try to look at D is higher than B. So you just simply add the remaining values M and B. So 1000 plus 400 plus 5 equals to, it's not 1005, it is 1405. Sorry for the typo error. 405. Okay. Let's try this in Roman numeral. Write this in Roman. 1 and 1. L is greater than B, therefore you add everything. Next is 494. 494. 494. So you cannot write it 4 6 because you can only repeat 3 at 3 times only, maximum of 3. So therefore you have to subtract 500 and 100 to becomes 400. So D is 500, C is 100. So 500 minus 100 is 400. So 90 is C, X. Why you cannot write X? I L on it, then 4X because X, or you can repeat X. Okay? 100 minus X is 90. 4 becomes 4. Therefore, this is how we write Roman numeral 494. Is 2,868. So 2,000 is 2m because 1m is 1,000. So 1,000 plus 1,000 is 2,800. D plus 3 is 500. C is times 3 equals to 3. It is 800 in all. DCC plus X is 10. Then V I E 3. Therefore, CCCLX. So that's how we end my report. Thank you for listening. God bless you.
Good day, Philippines. Good day, everyone. How was your day today? I hope you're all fine so that we can able to participate in our today's new lesson. Okay, so what's our new lesson today? So of course, we'll be solving math stuffs again, particularly problem solving. So, how good you are in problem solving. So, our problem solving today involves addition operation. So, here's our Sean 8 red pens. Sean has 11 red pens before. How many red pens does Sean have now? So that is our problem of the day. So before we solve this
since walang operation, it means multiplication. So 2 times 26 equals 52. So 52 is our final answer.
Here's the solution.
2 times 1 plus 4 in the quantity of 2 plus 1.
Our step today to solve this problem, it is a traditional way on problem solving. Maybe it's good to ask what is asked in the given problem. No? In order to solve this kind of problem, maybe it's good to ask what is asked in the problem for us to know our goal, where are we going, what particularly are we going to solve. So second, one must ask is what are the given. So in the problem, there are givens stated. Okay? So what is asked in the problem? Yes, how many red pens does Sean have now? That is the problem. At the same time, the question in the given problem. So in order to solve this problem, we have to gather the data and list what are the given. So what are the given again? Yes, Bitsy gave Sean 8 red pens. Take note, 8 red pens. Sean has 11 red pens before. So the question is, how many red pens does Sean have now? So, third question must one to consider is what operations to be used. So of course, Sean has was his ball pens or his red pens was added because Bitsy gave him some red pens. So the second question or the fourth question is, what is the number sentence? So how will you construct your sentence? And the last one is, of course, what is the answer? So again, what operations to be used? Okay, addition. So what is the number sentence? 11 red pens plus 8 red pens equals n. So our n is the value we are what we are looking for. So what is the answer? If we add 11 plus 8, that is 19 red pens. Remember, Sean has 11 red pens and Bitsy gave him 8 red pens. So we're going to add, that is the operation to be used. So 11 plus 8, that is 19. So therefore, Sean has 19 red pens right now. So that is our answer, kids. Okay? So I have here a sample question. You can give it a try. So once again, thank you for listening. Alright, once again, good day everyone. So in this video, we will discuss a new topic, which is problem solving with 2 to 4 digits involving addition and subtraction. So last time we discussed about problem solving, one-step problem solving. So I hope you already mastered problem solving, because today we'll be solving another set of problems with 2 to 4 digit numbers, of course involving addition and subtraction. Okay, let's have our example number 1. Here's the problem number 1. So this problem is obviously it involves two digit number. So the problem is, in a school there are 40 children. If 12 are girls, how many are boys? So maybe now you're thinking that this is subtraction. So if that's the case, you're right, because remember we have total of 40 children, and out of 40 children there are 12 girls, but we don't know the number of boys. So that will be our goal today, to solve how many are boys for example number 1. Now for the solution, maybe it's good to ask question. Again, we have to ask what is asked in the given problem. So that is number 1. So number 2, what are the given? So of course there are 40 children, total of 40 children with 12 girls. Again, how many are boys? So the operation to be used is subtraction, because we're going to find the number of boys out of 40 children given with 12 girls. So the equation or the number sentence would look like this: 40 students in a school minus 12 girls equals n, where n is the number of boys. So our final answer would be 28. So therefore, there are 28 boys in a school. Okay? Did you get it right? Or have you got it right? Okay, so let's try with our problem number 2. And for our problem number 2, this is a 3-digit number. So, in a library, there are 320 books on science, 102 books on math, and 565 books on English literature. How many books are there in the library? So remember, we have 320 books, 102 books for math, and 565 for English. So here's my solution. Again, we have to ask the question, what is asked in the given? Of course, how many books are there in the library? Second is, what are the given? We have 320 books for science, for math, 102, and for English, 565. So again, what is asked? How many books in the library? So the operation to be used, of course, that is addition. So the equation would look like this. Here's our number sentence. 320 plus 102 plus 565 is equal to n. So that would be 987 books. So again, we have 987 books for problem number 2. Now let's proceed to our problem number 3, or our last problem of the day. Here's the problem. In a village, there are 2,520 males and 1,840 females. What is the population of the village? The village. So you are now thinking that the operation to be used is addition. If that's the case, you are right. And here's the solution. Again, what is asked? Of course, what is the population of the village, or the total population of the village? And what are the given? We have 2,520 males and 1,840 females. So again, the operation to be used is addition, because we are going to find the total population of the village. So here's the number sentence, and the answer would be 4,360. So therefore, the total population of the village is 4,360. Okay? So once again, thank you for listening. Always take care and bye-bye.
Welcome to this mathematics video lesson.
For today's video, we will be talking about principle of PEMDAS. What is PEMDAS? PEMDAS is an acronym meant to help you remember the order of operations used to solve math problems. Here's what each letter of PEMDAS stands for. P for parentheses, MD for multiplication and division, and AS for addition and subtraction. Note, the order of letters show you the order you must solve different parts of a math problem, with expressions in parentheses coming first and addition and subtraction coming last. Now, let's look at a sample problem to help you understand the PEMDAS rule better. Okay, given this expression, we have 4 times the quantity of 5 minus 3 minus 10 divided by 5 plus 8. You might be tempted to solve this math problem left to right, but that would result in the wrong answer. So, instead, let's use PEMDAS rule to help us approach it the correct way. Okay, how do we solve this one? We know that parentheses must be dealt with first. This problem has one set of parentheses, which is the quantity of 5 minus 3. Simplifying this gives us 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. So, now our equation looks like this. So, we have 4 times the difference of 5 minus 3, which is 2, minus 10 divided by 5 plus 8. Next up is multiplication and division from left to right. Our problem contains both multiplication and division, in which we will solve from left to right. So, first 4 by 2, and then 10 divided by 5. This simplifies our equation as follows. Okay, so we have 4 times 2 is 8, minus 10 divided by 5, which is 2, plus 8. Finally, all we need to do is solve the remaining addition and subtraction from left to right. So we have 8 minus 2 is equal to 6, plus 8. And then 6 plus 8 is 14. Our final answer here is 14.
Do you have any questions so far?
Now, we will move on to another example. We have this expression, 11 minus 8 plus 5 times 6. So what is the answer? We will use PEMDAS to find the correct answer. We know that multiplication comes before addition and subtraction. So, the first step is you'll need to start by multiplying 5 times 6. So, 5 times 6 is equal to 30. So, we now have 11 minus 8 plus 30. And then simplify 11 minus 8 is equal to 3 plus 30. So, we have 3 plus 30 is equal to 33. So, our final answer here is 33.
Do you have any questions? I hope you've learned something today. See you in our next video. Bye!
Mga out-of-school youth o mga kabatanunan nga naundang-unan nga naundang og eskwela. Inyong nabati ang programa ALS TV Eskwela. ALS TV Eskwela. Magapadayon sa pagkat-on ang mga out-of-school youth o mga kabatanunan nga naundang og eskwela sa elementary ug high school sa Sinacaban, Misamis Occidental aron sila makatapos pinaagi sa pagtan-aw sa telebisyon. Hangtod sa sunod nga higayon, daghan kaayong salamat.